Hey everybody, Epic Eddie here again. I'm super excited, man. This Real Talk Tuesday has been going amazingly. I've been really excited about all the feedback, and I'm going to continue to do this for as long as you guys want me to. First and foremost, though, it is Tequila Tuesday, so I'm going to be drinking this. This is one I did before, actually. This is Cincoro, but I want you guys to get a good look at it. This one is still my favorite. This one is the Anejo. There we go. All right. Beautiful. So before we get into this, actually, if you are not following me on Facebook, Epic Eddie 3 TV, it's the same as the channel. But if you have come from Facebook, and that's where you're seeing this video now here on YouTube, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel because I was just in Facebook jail. I've had Facebook since Facebook started, and you had to have a college email to even be able to have a Facebook, and I've never been put in Facebook jail. For 3 days, I was in Facebook jail for a meme that I was putting that they flagged it before I posted it. One, didn't even get posted, so it's not like it was up and then someone reported it. Two, didn't have any nudity. And three, I found the meme on Facebook. That's the thing that gets me. And that's what I got, caught for. And so I couldn't post, comment, nothing on my Facebook page. So that being said, just in case, I don't know if they're looking for me now, make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out. But definitely check out my Facebook page if you have not, if you're just found me here on YouTube, and because I'm going to begin to expand. So this is actually a good segue because of my topic for today. I am going to be starting what I call my Workout Wednesdays. It's going to be more of a vlog style, and it's just going to be my weight loss journey. Some of it might be exercises I'm doing. Some of it might be my eating. Some of it just might be just talking to you real and what I'm going through mentally through that process. I want to do it for two reasons. One, in a hopes that it will actually maybe help motivate other people, but two, also keeping me accountable. I have had people who have helped me work out, who've done workouts with me, but as soon as they fall off or move or disappear or whatever it might be, I lose my motivation because I was dependent on that, and then I just stopped doing it myself. So this is a way for me to, I want to have my own motivation, so I'm only depending on me and doing it for myself. I might have help from others every now and again, but I don't want to depend on anybody else. But this also is a way to keep me accountable, because if I'm having to post it and people are asking about it, then I need to be able to be doing it. So you're going to see that in the very near future. That is actually a good segue to our topic for today, which is body issues, particularly for men. So here's the thing. I'm a dude, and I can't quite, talk as much about the issues that women deal with because I have not dealt with them personally. It's also something that is not talked about a lot. You hear a lot about the issues, body issues that women have gone through, which is great. It's great that we're making aware, and because I think we're now coming into an era where women are becoming a lot more empowered, being different sizes and loving who they are. That's starting to become celebrated now. And so I think we've kind of pushed through a milestone, because I remember a day when young girls seeing models and wanting to be like them, and then developing all kind of these issues. So it's great that now it's kind of starting to get a little better. We're making progress, basically. But unfortunately, male body issues is something that's not really talked about much at all. And I think it's important because I think everybody should be able to feel good about themselves no matter who they are. So that's why I want to talk about it. So here's the deal. Let me give you kind of my take on why we don't talk about it, and then I'll kind of go into my story of my kind of weight journey. So, it's an unfortunate thing because society puts men in this mentality of what masculinity is and who men are and what they should be. And while I am the type that kind of likes the idea of men being tough and being strong and protectors and providers. There's a balance between that, because I feel like men should be also be able to be emotional and be in touch with themselves and their feelings and who they are. And there's things that we go through as men that we never really talk about or deal with, not only within ourselves, but even to each other as peers. And I think a lot of that winds up turning into a lot of anger issues in men and violence. It's not healthy. It's not a healthy thing. And I think if we were able to talk about these things more and just be able to kind of be real about stuff, and vent and deal. So I'm going to try to dispel a lot of those things and just be open and raw about me and who I am and what I deal with. And hopefully there's people out there that can kind of relate to this. So in my early years, particularly through high school, most of high school, all of high school, and most of college, I was a scrawny kid. I was like 145 pounds. Actually, this is me. This is adorable little, 17 probably? I was 17 years old. Yeah. Because this is from I was a junior, and it was my friend's prom. She was a senior. And so she decided to ask me to go with her. So I went to 2 proms. And it was interesting because a lot of people that know me now, which most people know me from my adulthood, did not realize that I was a scrawny kid. And then eventually, through college, I gained some weight. I was about 165 maybe through most of college, and then it was kind of towards the end of college and then into my adulthood that I began to kind of get a lot bigger. I am currently at about 270 pounds. So yeah, I'm a big boy. So most of high school, so I'm gonna tell you this, most of high school, like I said, or all of high school, I was scrawny, and I didn't like the way I looked. Like, I just thought I was too skinny, and I thought my head was too big for my body. And that was kind of a start of some of my insecurities and self-body issues. Like, I was taller. I hit my growth spurt early, and I was taller than most of the kids, like when I was starting to get late middle school, early high school. But then because I hit it early, everyone started hitting afterwards, and everyone got taller. A lot of my friends, they played sports, so they started kind of getting bigger and muscular. And I would look at that, man, and I'd just be like, I don't like the way I look. I didn't think I was handsome. I didn't think I was attractive. But no one taught me about nutrition. No one taught me about, exercise. And so while I was active, I like to play, basketball. I like to play different stuff. Even though I wasn't like on the team, I never learned how to go to the gym or how to, take care of myself. My metabolism was just really high. So because of that, I was just eating everything. Because in my head, I was like, if I can get a little bit of chunk on me, then I should be able to turn that into muscle. Again, I'm teenager, guys, teenager. So I thought that was the way to go. But no matter how much I ate, I didn't really gain anything because I was just like a monster. Like, it would burn everything. So that's kind of the start of my bad eating habits too. So then getting into college, fast forward, it was 2000. I want to say it was 2007, going into 2008, somewhere around there, I think. My mom had gotten a checkup and found a lump in her chest, so in her breast. Keep in mind, my uncle on my dad's side, who we were actually close with him, his wife at the time, who we were also very close with, she had passed away from cancer about a month prior to that. So as you can imagine, especially being in my 20s, early 20s, like, I was probably just turning 21. I was around 21, I guess. So, geez, I was a baby. So, yeah, that's where, like, my aunt died. Then a month later, my mom possibly has cancer. So that messed me up. She told me not to tell my brothers until she went to the doctor and got it checked out. which was hard for me because I don't really keep stuff from my brothers like that. But being the oldest, she wanted to let me know until she figured it out. I immediately was like, man, is it the same kind that, Auntie had and da-da-da-da-da? So I was just worried. And that's the start of when I started to use food for comfort. A lot of people don't realize that we as men wind up with eating disorders as well because we think we're too fat or because we think we're too skinny. My eating disorder was the fact that I would binge eat. I would use it for comfort. I still do, and something I'm working on. But the way that I know it's an eating disorder is because of the fact that there would be times that I wasn't even hungry and I would still eat because it made me feel good at the time, at the moment, the taste, the flavors. I love food, the way it's an experience for me. But the problem is with food, you can't just say food is bad. Like if you have a problem with alcohol or you have a problem with drugs or you have a problem with anything else like that, you can say drugs are bad, alcohol's bad, smoking's bad. Don't do it. Don't even touch it. Problem with food is you can't say food is bad. Yes, you can say certain types of food are bad and you should stay away from them. But the problem is you have to eat some kind of food. And then in your brain, you'll try to convince yourself all kinds of crazy stuff like pizza should be kind of good because you hit all the food groups. You got your meat, you got the cheese, you got veggies, you got the breads, you got the tomatoes. And by the way, you wind up finding yourself in a little rabbit hole because you eat to make yourself feel better, and then you feel disgusted with yourself again, so you're sad, so then you eat again because you felt bad, and it's just it's a vicious cycle. I haven't really told anybody this, but I remember there'd be times when I'd be coming back from somewhere late night, right, and I'm heading home, and in my head I'm like, you do not need to go to the fast food place, so don't do it. You're not hungry, just go home and you'll sleep and you'll get up and you'll feel better, so just don't do it. And unfortunately, my body would not listen, and it would drive into the drive-thru and it would order that stuff, and you're eating and it tastes good, you feel good, endorphins going, and then you finish, you can't eat anymore, and then you feel like crap. And it sucks, man. It sucks. And I did that for 10 years, something like that. And eventually, as you get older, that metabolism for some people doesn't keep up with you, especially if you're not as active. So my bad eating habits caught up to me eventually, and kind of got to where I'm at now. And it's crazy because, that all started from me being feeling like I was too skinny. Like I just felt like I wasn't attractive. And then I got bigger, and I didn't think I was attractive then. And what's crazy to me is I've had so many people that are like, Eddie, no, you super are attractive. And I just never saw it, And even looking back, I never had trouble with ladies. I still don't have trouble with ladies. I'm very charming, so personality goes a long way, of course. But it's weird, man, because you can tell the difference on a way people treat you. So there are some people who've been big their whole lives, right? And they've had their issues with that. And this is not to take away from them at all, so please understand that. But in my experience, what has been really interesting and unfortunate is the fact that I was skinny from more than half my life, and then I've been big. And to see the way people treat you differently, whether it be women or whether it be just your peers, your friends, your colleagues, the difference, the way people treat you just because of the way you look is very unfortunate. It sucks, man. It sucks because you're like, I'm the same person, on the inside, but just because I look different on the outside, I'm treated differently. And so it really makes you think, and I try my best not to wind up putting myself in a negative headspace of hating people because I can see where that can be easy to do. But it definitely makes you value genuine people a lot more. What's hard for me is that I'm going to go on a journey to get myself back into shape and feeling good. And I have an unfortunate, like I have a feeling that I'm going to be very dismissive of people who I gave effort to, and not just romantically, just in general, and who will most likely see me different when I lose weight, even though I'm not a different person. And it sucks, but it's the reality of things. And you know, it's going to take a lot, and it's going to be a process to try to continue to be the person I am and stay positive, as well as continue to try to treat people good, regardless of how they treated me. But, you know, it's a journey, and all of this is, I'm not perfect, so we'll figure it out together, I guess. But that's part of the reason I have wanted to start what I'm now calling my Workout Wednesdays, because let's backtrack a little bit. A couple years ago, I was kind of seeing somebody, and we wound up doing a 6-week challenge together. That was one of the people that I wound up, and it's not their fault I got dependent on it. It's just we were doing it together, and we liked each other at the time, and like it was just, I was happy, man. Work was going great. It was I think my first really big year that I was having at work. And, you know, I was losing weight, spending time with her, and dude, just life was just going good. And I lost 40 pounds in that 6-week challenge. Like when I start working out, when I finally start doing it, like I bust my ass. Like I push. The thing is, like, as soon as she kind of wound up disappearing, I lost that motivation, unfortunately. And that's why I kind of wanted to do it this way, so I can make sure I keep the motivation no matter what happens to anybody, because I'm doing it for me this time, you know, not for girls, not to make anybody else happy, not to impress anybody else, just for me to feel healthy and happy and more comfortable and confident, you know. Like I miss the days when I felt comfortable. You take these things for granted. Like I miss the days I felt comfortable just taking my shirt off and jumping in the pool, or streaking through whatever, just run around naked. Like I miss those days. And I'll still, throw off my shirt, jump in the pool with no real like shyness. But inside, man, I'm not as confident as I used to be, even though a lot of people don't know that because of the way I come across. I come across very confident, and that's just part of my personality and how my demeanor. But inside, man, I have a lot of insecurities about that stuff, and so it's been definitely a battle. My first battle to kind of start this was to love myself for who I am now. Not who I used to be, not what I used to look like, but to love myself for who I am now. Like all my man meat, like just make sure I love it all, because I have to love me to treat myself better. And that's how I look at it. I'm very thankful we are in a day and age where people are starting to kind of celebrate, the body they're given. But at the same time too, it's a fine line, health wise. I'm not healthy. I mean, and especially now, there's been times I'll kind of, jog up some stairs and then I'm winded, and I never had that. And I don't like that. I don't like feeling like that, and I'm not happy with who I am or the body I'm in right now. I'm not happy with it, but it's where I'm at. So I got to be happy with me as a person, and then work on the things I can work on. There are some things in your life you can't change. You can't worry about those things. You embrace them. That's what it is. But the things you can change in your life, and if you want it to make it better, then you just put in the effort. So me as a person, who I am, I'm me. This is the body I'm given. This is the face I got. And I love it, man. But at the same time, I could work on being a better version of me and just treating myself a little better. I mean, that's the thing. If you are feeling not so good about yourself, talk to somebody, man. Find at least one person that you can talk to, because you'd be surprised how many people struggle with the same stuff. And if you can just be like, look, man, I don't feel good about myself. I don't feel attractive, and I need some help. Then maybe somebody will lend you a hand, teach you how to work out, teach you how to do stuff. Or just be able to talk about it and be like, yeah, I know exactly where you're coming from. And just knowing you're not alone sometimes is kind of the boost you need to be like, yeah, all right, people deal with this, so how can I make it better? And then After that, you just got to put in the work. You just got to put in the work. And treat it not like a chore, but treat it like you're treating yourself better by taking care of yourself. So you can stick around this world longer, you know? That's the one big thing for me. You know, I lost my mom this year. And honestly, I think part of that was due to her health too. The complications arose. Her body couldn't really battle what she needs to battle. But at the end of the day, I have a niece who is beautiful, and she just turned 1 in June. Shout out to her. My other brother is about to have a little boy in December, and so I have a nephew. Shout out to him. And there's a lot to live for, man. There's a lot more life and experiences that I want to have. I want to watch them grow, and I want to be a good uncle, and I want to take them to Disney and have like, just all kinds of cool experiences with them. But I can't have that if I'm not around. And if I, go in some crazy, ridiculous way, then so be it. But I refuse to be taken out of this world early because I just didn't take care of myself, because then that's my fault. So I want to take care of me so that I can feel more confident, feel more comfortable, just be genuinely happier, and I can live longer to be able to spend time with the people I really care about. So, yeah, if you're struggling with stuff, man, you can always shoot something down in the comments, talk, and I don't know, hopefully we'll open up a dialogue for you guys to really start talking to each other and talking to me, and maybe we can start working together to get ourselves just feeling better about ourselves. So hopefully you got something from this. If you did, drop a comment, drop a like. And I'm hoping for many more. Also, if there's other subjects, maybe things you guys are dealing with, there's people that you want to hear about or just hear my perspective on things. If it's something I can talk about or have experiences with, then I'll be happy to talk about it. So just let me know. Drop the comments there or hit me up on my Facebook page, man. Guys, thank you for just being there and watching every day. This started off just a way of kind of therapy for me, and then also just kind of a way to just be open and genuine and talk to people, and it's been going great. So I hope for it to grow more. Share this with your friends. Maybe you'll wind up finding folks that you can start working out and doing stuff with. So live life, guys. Love yourself. Get yourself better. And just remember, life's short, man. Make it epic. That's a wrap.